everyone. Welcome today. We are with London Carter Williams. She wrote our first protest book. London Carter Williams is 12 years old. Am I correct?
Yes.
Um, and this is the youngest author that I've met. And we're going to ask her a few questions today and find out about her and her book, and get some answers. And if she has any questions for me, or she feel free to. London, first of all, I want to tell you I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of a young lady to sit down and take the time out to write a book and not worry about game systems, because this is real. Our world is changing and we need to make changes, and your book does tell us a lot. So I'm going to start off with a question. What made you decide to write the book?
Well, I've always liked writing since I was young, but after the protest, my mom really introduced me to the idea of publishing a book.
Wow, Steve. Thank God for moms. Yes. And how long did it take you to write this book?
Well, it didn't take that long to get my words out and put it onto paper. It was more of the publishing part that took the longest.
Mm. And then I was reading your book, and Claudette Colvin, 15 years old, Montgomery, Alabama, you said, from the bus. Where did you learn about her from? Because everyone writes about Rosa Parks. So where did you learn about her from?
I learned about that last year in my English class.
Mm-hmm. And did they explain to you about her and her what happened to her on the bus? Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we actually read a book on her. I can't remember the title, but it was just about her experience and what happened on the bus, and it was a reason why, like, she's not so big in a part of the media, because she was a teen, she had a teen pregnancy, and they didn't really want to put that out into the media.
That was deep. I didn't even know that. I'm glad that you said that, because we always teach our children about Rosa Parks and being on the bus. But Claudette Colvin was really the first one on the bus, but because she was pregnant at the age of 15, it made a big difference in the world. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a big problem that we have. We try to hide things, but things are changing. Trust me, things are changing. There was another part of the book that touched me about you crying at the protest. Why did you cry?
Well, I cried because someone did get hurt, someone did get kicked in the stomach by a horse, and then everybody was just rushing around after that, and I kind of got a little lost and confused because I didn't know exactly what was happening.
And it's okay to be confused, because I'm confused still, because we don't know which way our world is going. And we need to, protesting is a great way to voice ourselves. I'm glad that your mom took you to this protest, because I think I went to the protest, that's another thing. And I think it showed me that young people have a voice and they're reaching out for help and to change things. What do you feel about police brutality?
I feel very hurt that this is what is going on in our world, especially in 2021. I feel like this shouldn't be like still a thing that we have to talk about and have to really deal with.
Yes, I think it's something, I don't know, it's getting out of hand. We really have to step the game up to help our culture get ahead. But I want to ask you something. So George Floyd got murdered by the cops. What did you think about "I Can't Breathe"? What did you think about that slogan that was being said?
Well, I think it's a good thing that they're like keeping it alive, but every time I hear it, I've seen the video multiple times.
Right, yes.
So every time I hear it, I can kind of see the video, like I can picture it in my head, and it's kind of not a very disturbing video, but it's still, every time I replay it in my head, at least it brings me more questions.
Yeah, I think I love that you do feel that way, because you should have feelings, because this is your generation that's growing up now. And I think we have to be mindful that racism didn't stop. But what do you think that your generation can do to try to make a change in all of this? What should your generation do more of?
Well, I think that we should just keep speaking up and talking about the topics, not really letting them go into the silence or let them be covered up by other different things, because there are a lot of other things going on in the media, but I feel like the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, things like that, they shouldn't go unnoticed.
Yes, they shouldn't. And I think we do push a lot of things under the rug, but now things are being shown. The camera is wicked. That camera is very wicked and it's showing a lot of things. What do you think the police could have done differently with those cases?
Are you talking about like what they did right then and there?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I didn't think they needed to resort to violence because I've heard a lot of different parts of the story.
Mhm.
I've heard that he was in the car in cardiac arrest. I heard that this all happened because of a fake $20 bill. But if that was the thing, I don't think they need to resort to violence.
Right. And do you think our young African American men should be more aware of this police brutality, and or should they be scared to walk the streets or scared to express themselves because they're going to be hurt by these police officers?
I'm not saying that they should be scared, but I feel like there is a chance. There's not like, I'm not saying you can't walk outside without being untouched, but there's always that 1% chance that if you do one wrong thing, that can be like the end of your life. I don't really want to say that.
It's okay. It's okay. Speak as you feel. Another question. Think racism is going to come to an end?
Depends on which way we go. If we keep, I've seen a lot about riots, and I get they're angry or that African Americans are angry, but I don't feel like we should resort to violence. Let them be the ones who are, let the police be the ones who are being violent so then it looks bad on them. Don't make it look bad on us. Not like we're trying to be the victims, but let them keep looking bad. Let them keep doing what they're doing. Let us just sit and be calm and let it, not be calm, but let it kind of pass by.
Yes, yes. I think what we do is we jump instead of resorting to just calming down and thinking things over first. I think our young people are angry, but I think, like you said, we don't have to resort to the violence all the time. There's no need. It puts more trouble in it, you know. So now, does your family talk to you a lot about the slavery days and things that happened back in the olden days of racism and abuse of? Does your family talk to you more a lot about? Do you have discussions about slavery? Let's just put it that way, about slavery.
No, not really, because I'm just now becoming more intact or more close to the topic. Before, I wouldn't really talk about it or research it on my own. I would just talk about it when we needed to talk about it in school or things.
So, do you think, you know about Dr. Martin Luther King? Do you think we have achieved his dream yet?
No.
No. Why?
And because I guess, at least, I mean, yeah, we're in schools together, all races, but the police brutality, I don't think that's what he wanted. Not at all.
Not at all. He didn't want that. And I think we are still fighting. We're still fighting and battling with this. I do think there's going to be a change because of you young people. Your voices are powerful. Your voices are powerful. And I think as growing up in my time, we didn't have as much voice because we was more afraid. But I see that you young people are not as afraid as we were. So that's a plus. So the next question I have for you, will these books be put in the public schools, or are they already put in the public school system?
Congresswoman Johanna Hayes has previously put books into public schools, yes.
Yes, do you think we need, with this being said, as young as you are, you think we'll be talking about more Black history?
Yes, I do.
And you do? I think so. I think we need that. I think we need that. I think we all need to be educated, no matter who we are. The bad things, slavery and racism, but we need to really talk about that. And I'm so proud of you to have written this book in a protest. What really is that when I was asked to interview some authors, and they told me about you, I ran for you because I'm a preschool teacher, and I love young people, and I love educating, and I love helping. And to hear that you sat down and took your time out to write a book was just excellent for me. And I hope that people, young children, can get better concept of that you can do anything you want at a young age if you put your mind to it. And it also comes with parent support. Also comes with parent support. I commend your mother so much. I read the back of the page and how she asked God to walk with you. That's important. Um, do you have an idea when you'll be writing your next book and what will it maybe be on?
Well, I feel like there could possibly be another book, but I don't really know what it would be about.
So it may not be on this topic, it may be about something different. Yes, okay. And how do you think your book would help make a change?
I think if people use my book as an example that their voices can be heard and that they don't need to be afraid to really let out their opinion, I think that's how it could affect the change story.
Wow. You're a positive young lady. How did your friends feel about this?
Well, I mean, most of them were happy. Some of them were a little skeptical about the backlash I may get, but that's it.
Do you really care about the backlash though? No.
I like the attention.
Yeah, get it, girl. Get that attention. That's right. Because you know why? This is special. This is a memory to always remember. And we're in a community. We're in Waterbury together. And I look at the inner city as needed. They need it. They need it. It's something we need. And for a young person to just take the time out to talk about what they felt about that protest, I think was magnificent. It touched my heart reading the book. That's why I asked you about why did you cry? Because that's something to experience. Horses going crazy, cops, people yelling, people protesting. Then you got your little sister with you who's gonna grow, so you'll be an idol for her. This is something we need to start realizing. When we do positive things, we help others. And when we do negative things, we get no answers. I believe that your heart, and this is from your heart, you're very bright. You speak with strong feelings, and that's what counts. I'm glad you came to join us. I really am. I want to know more about you. What grade you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
7th grade. What school do you go to?
I go to Brutality Charter School.
Yes. So you got a lot of brains up in here. But it's good. It's good. And one thing I like is that you don't care what people say because you don't believe in what you believe in. You have a strong mother, that's I know it's gonna be there to back you up at all times. I don't want you to ever give up. I hope you will write another book. Your illustrations are awesome. I read the book to my class. They looked at the braiding of the hair. They look at the eggs in the frying pan. Because color brings that to children. So that was excellent. Your words wasn't too lengthy that children wouldn't understand. So that's something to think about when writing a book, and because we want to catch the right audience. And I think that you've done a great job. I commend you. I would like you to continue on. I want you to focus on writing because you can write. And whatever topics you write and put your all into it. In anything that you do, put your all into it. 12 years old, you did a great job. I'm trying to write a book myself, and so this really inspired me. Like, if she can do it, I know I can get something done, But we have to speak about being real. Our world is going through something, and police brutality is a hot topic. Our young people really need to listen and understand that we don't have to use violence because they're so angry, and we don't have enough idols. Who is your biggest idol? Besides your mom? You have no idea? And we won't talk about Dr. Martin Luther King because the reason why I say that is because not that we will ever forget him, but we're in 2021 now. And you know why I asked you that? Because we don't have many. We don't have many idols. We don't have a Malcolm X. We don't have a Rosa Parks. We don't have a Dr. Martin Luther King. We don't have nobody that our children can relate to or look up to. I think Dr. Martin Luther King was a powerful man. But they always say time marches on and things change. So we can't keep dwelling on what they went through because we still didn't get through it. So now your generation has to bring us through it. because your generation is powerful. Y'all have the voice. I just want to tell you this. I thank you so much for coming to the YMCA and sharing your book. Everyone, London Carter Williams, our first protest. Yes. Go out there and buy that book. And who is selling your book? Do you know how many books you sold or anything like that? Who can they go to get this book?
I've sold over 2,000 copies.
Yes.
And they can go in store and online for Barnes & Noble,
Yes.
Walmart, Amazon, and www.ourfirstprotest.com for the signed copy.
All right, guys, go out there and support. Go get this book. It's great for your children to keep it in your homes. I thank you so much for coming today and sharing everything with us. And I want you to continue. Keep on keeping on. All right.